The Queen of Granada, by M. Riff. Chapter 67, The Headache. Nuria, sitting with Pal in the back seat, leaned forward, wedged her face between two front seats and said, "Mom, if you get a headache and start vomiting, I've got my yellow beach bucket right here." She then explained to her brother, whenever there's a thunderstorm, Mom gets really bad headaches. But if she smokes a little bit of herb, it stays away. But if she smokes, everything starts to stink really badly. After a brief pause, she asked, "Mom, couldn't you just smoke a bit, just a little? Just to be safe?" The mother, resting her head on her palm, replied, "No." Suddenly, Nuria said, "I know why. It's because Dad smoked it all. I saw it when he took the canister this morning. He thought I was asleep, but I wasn't. At first, I thought it was a burglar, so I lay completely still and pretended to be asleep. Then I looked and saw that it was Dad. I still kept pretending to be asleep." After a moment, she added, "Dad, that was really stupid. Why did you do that?" Noticing clouds forming in the sky, the father said, "We'll be in Nerja soon. I know someone there who usually has some." They turned from the coast road toward Nerja Center. But his friend had moved long ago, as the grocer downstairs informed him. While Tobar was talking to the grocer inside the shop, his wife got off, went to the VW bus and lay in bed. Nuria took her yellow bucket and followed her. In the van, she poured some water into the bucket, grabbed a clean cloth, and climbed onto the rocking chair beside the bed, ready to care for her mom. Pal followed them, back to his schoolbooks. When Tobar returned to the Volkswagen, he said, "I couldn't find him. I'll see what I can do in Elmunkar." Nuria raised her finger, saying, "Dad, you know if Mom smokes too late, her headache gets even worse." As the father closed the sliding door of the van, he said, "I'm sorry." They arrived in Elmunkar and headed toward the beach where tourists usually gathered. Tourists would pay well for a bit of cannabis. The wind had turned into a storm, and rain was pouring. Everyone, locals and tourists, had left the beach. Tobar drove around disheartened. Suddenly, he spotted a young blonde guy in jean shorts sitting on the stairs of a closed store, selling watermelon slices. He had a few joints in his pocket, supposedly for himself, but he was willing to sell. The wife, tormented by a migraine, was desperate and willing to try anything. Unfortunately, it worsened her headache, as she had feared. Tobar had no choice but to head to Granada. After a stop at the gas station, he managed to restart the engine and drive on until he parked at the bridge.